Hello Cancer, and welcome to your general love reading for the week of August 8th. My name is Brett and I'll be your guide today on your journey through the astrology and the tarot and see what's going on in Cancer's world for this week. And looking at the stars, it really looks pretty exciting for you. Looks like this week can be frustrating, but those frustrations can transform into success. So understand there's going to be some problems there, but you can make these successful, Cancer. So on Sunday, August 7th, Mars and Taurus in your house of friendships, squaring Saturn and Aquarius in your house of truth. So you could feel frustrated and even hurt as you discover that someone close to you hasn't been completely honest with you. Of course, they were mitigating circumstances, of course, right? Everybody's got an excuse. And they didn't feel up to telling you the whole story, right, Cancer? What the frick, huh? But it's hard to feel a little let down because you've given so much to this person, for sure. I can understand that. They might express remorse, but of course be guarded, for sure. On Leo's gate today, I'm actually doing your reading, so 8/8 today. Venus will be in your own sign of Cancer, opposing Pluto in Capricorn. So that's really exciting for you, and this is your house of relationships, so there's a lot of energy going on, Cancer. And it shows here you might have an obsessive romantic feelings about someone you know. It's like a romance novel is going on in your head. You might not be able to think about nothing else. And then to your surprise, this person reaches out and contacts you. It's like you're physically linked. So there's some exciting possibilities for you there just in that. And that's just for the week, in the general week. So we get into the love part, and the first part of the week should feel remarkably comfortable for you. You feel in tune with the universe while understanding the importance of self-love and self-care, right? Holding on to yourself, making sure everything's level, good flowing energy. You know, watch out for some rocky vibes that will come up over the weekend. This energy could cause you to relive some traumas from the past, making it hard to move forward with pain still in your heart. Do your best to release and work through any emotional discomfort as it arises, and take heart that this energy is fleeting and won't last all day. So, like I said, just let it blow in and blow out, you know, or flow in and flow out. Like I said, get them ebb and flows of emotions. We don't want big tsunamis crashing onto the shore there for this. So it looks like this week will bring healing your way, making it a great time to sort out your emotions and giving you the push you need to feel less sad about past hurt. So this is the emotional part, getting over it, even though it looks like this weekend something could trigger you, but it feels like you've got this part of it. So you just keep doing what you're doing. You also find love potential all around you as others begin to show interest through flirty messages or an increase in activity on your social media page. Don't be afraid to take a chance on love again, even if it means moving slowly. Well, let me just tell you, Cancer, move slowly. Boy, you don't need to jump in anything and discover the wrong things. But anyways, Cancer, let's go. I'm excited for your reading. Let's cut some, let's get an overall thing here for all this stuff going on with Cancer, please. Ace of Pentacles in the reverse here. Queen of Cups in reverse. So this is kind of really exactly here. It almost lines up exactly with your astrology, like being disappointed in past relationship, and this is reminding you again, doing that self-care, and also flirting around with being vulnerable. You can be vulnerable, but remember who you're vulnerable with, and remember too, you can pull that energy back in as fast as you take it away. So you don't need to overgive, just give what's required, right? And I like that Queen of Cups here in the reverse. You could be dealing with someone who's very dependent, codependent. You could be codependent. I mean, there's some codependency here with the Queen of Cups in the reverse, but there's also some suspicion here around the situation, I feel. And you could also be dealing with some rejection, which this could be some of the pain here. And what I always tell people about rejection is it's not, I don't call it rejection. It's just, hey, you weren't their type, they weren't your type, and it wasn't going to work anyway. So it's a favor. It's not something to take personal. It's just it's okay. It's not you, it's them. And it wasn't the right time. It wasn't the right person. And once we figure that out, we can move into the better parts of August, Cancer, and letting that love in. Like I said, that's really exciting that there's this possibility of something just reaching out and, once was lost is now found. That's what I heard, just heard. Current situation, please. And that just jumped in my hands. This makes sense too. So, oh, I got the Hermit here too. So, Four of Pentacles, right? There's a level of insecurities here, holding on to something. Whatever this is, you're holding on to, they're holding on to. The Hermit is looking right at you and saying, hey, we've done this work, we've got things to do over here. And this person seems really focused on this one thing. I do like the Hermit card here, because that is going into the self. You could be dealing with a Virgo. This is that self-reflection, introspection. This is contemplation. This is like making the choices, right? And this could be a good time to pause in your love life so that you can get a new perspective on where you're really going, right? You got to ask yourself the question, and does the answer align to your values? Yes or no, right? Make the choices and definitively decide on that. Good start there, good current situation, stability, like all over here, I like it. There's also a rigidity, I feel, with that. If you need to be stubborn or protect your boundaries, keep an eye and keep that avenue open. Though if you don't have anything to protect or hide from, maybe you should open up more too. Totally up to you in your situation, as long as you're on at this moment. What's the current challenge for Cancer this week? Lionsgate. Wow. Okay, Ace of Wands. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Ace of Wands here in the challenge. This is I kind of like this. This is exciting, right? There could be a very creative spark here in this. I feel like there's a discovery that's going to spark something, and you're going to be very excited and passionate about it. Then this could be this new romance here. Like I said, I like this one that seems to be coming in. We got two aces. So I'm rooting on this energy coming in right now in the challenge too. It's about, right now is a good time to set romantic goals. So we got Eight of Pentacles here in the reverse as confirmation as far as that goes. Yeah, Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. There's an energy of here of walking away from something. You're considering something here. Could be needing to walk away at this time. Right now you could also be not putting in a lot of effort or neglecting a relationship for some reason. Maybe somebody had to get away. There's a level of neglect on your relationship, or even maybe you're neglecting yourself here. Because these pentacles seem to be talking to you. And even as a water sign, you got to go to the foundation, right? Yourself. And so this is here, doing that work of the self. All right. Let's get here into the abyss. That one's crying out. Let's just see what that is. Death card, love it. Yep. Alright, that's the death and rebirth. I'm gonna bury that again. And it fucking jumped out again. Put it back, flipped it a couple times, like rewind and check that out, because she jumped right out again. This is the completion of the cycle. This is the rebirth. This is really figuring it out. and it opens up 2 wands here. So with this too, you could be dealing with Scorpio at this time. The Death card is the number 13 is associated with Scorpio, because Scorpio is about the death and the rebirth of things, and rising from the ashes as a phoenix. So this is coming out, a new person, you have a new idea, you have things. This is about endings and transformations. And then we follow up here with the 2 wands, which is really cool, because again we got 2 aces, which equal 2, and this 2 of wands here. I'm feeling this, all these actions and moving parts, but this is also get ready for a very passionate relationship to come in. It's flirty, exciting, and even your freaking astrology was saying it. So get ready for this, and this gives you time to plan too. And you already have the foundation of the past to know what you don't like, right? And this death is going to say, point us in the right direction of what we do like, right? Very strong Cancer. That's a victory. That's a victory. Alright. Alright, what do we got for the crowning energy here? What's on top? Highest, best messages. Thoughts, actions. Good, bad, indifferent. What do we got? Yep, there's that Queen of Cups again. In reverse. Okay, yeah. 10 of Wands here too. So again, there's that Queen of Cups, and I believe she was in the reverse too. That reminder of like being too aggressive or too emotional too soon could be something that holds you back. People might see it as a clingy or codependent energy. And might be suspicious of it. Again, this is like, feels like there's some burdening here of all these suspicions and thoughts that are, the 10 wands here is taking on more than we can chew. It seems like you may be taking responsibility for the entire relationship or where it is today, and you're almost ready to drop this energy. I mean, this is, I got to take this energy as it comes in, because it really just feels that there's just so much burden and responsibility. It just it's creating the stress, this codependency, or somebody not putting in, I mean, somebody's neglecting here, right? Neglecting yourself, they're neglecting you, neglecting, somebody's paying attention to it, because it's causing a lot of stress. See what's going on in the past here for Cancer. Recent past, please. And wham! Queen of Wands. Hello! We got some queens here. Fuck, Queen of Pentacles and me. This is like, well, you're 3 cards of the 4-card Queen journey. So when the Queen of Pentacles comes out, or I'm sorry, Queen of Swords comes out, then we'll talk. She's the final queen. So far, you're experiencing this emotional, this passionate energy. This is like, when you ascend the level of the queens, you learn something along the way. The first queen is the Queen of Wands here. She's the newest queen, the most, she doesn't have clear direction. She's like almost like adolescent with power, right? They misuse it at a time, but when they graduate from that, they move into the emotional queen, which is the Queen of Cups, right? And the Queen of Cups says, I need to get control of my emotions, because if I'm just acting out of emotions, I'm not going to be doing what's right by all, but we need to mature and understand there's a balance between the heart and the mind here, right? The mind is the Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Wands is that passionate fire burning here. So we're trying to get to that Queen of Swords. King of Pentacles in the reverse here, right? Now we're working on more of our nurturing stability here, our emotional footing, so that we can put all 3 pieces of the element together. And of course, then the final one is the Queen of Swords, which Something tells me she's going to pop up somewhere. But Queen of Wands, right? This is about being your true authentic self with her, being true, fully stepping into your own power, your own ambition, and allowing yourself to take on leadership opportunities, or at least leading yourself where you want to go, right? And this past has been telling you this. This is what it seems to be. It seems like these queens, the way they're coming around, they're trying to tell you something and lead you to a direction here. And of course, once you graduate level from the Queen of Wands, what's the next thing to be hardest to control? Emotions. Once we get the emotions and the wands under control, then we get into the more grounding, where we can start putting stability into this. So, but you start at the bottom of this Queen. So the Queen of Pentacles here is confirmation in the reverse. Something has become very unreliable for you. Something you used to depend on, you don't depend on it anymore. But instead of being angry about it, you need to have that conversation and with them, and either make the adjustments where necessary or agree to disagree. This kind of energy is the way it needs to be if you're going to really go into a relationship. These qualities are necessary to be able to compromise without the anger. This is where we get into the Queen of Pentacles, right? Queen of Wands is the anger, Queen of Cups is the emotion. We want to be able to talk about it, right? This is making sure that somebody doesn't have more power or more influence than over the decision-making process. This is your weight and their weight being equal, right? Sometimes this queen is always trying to please somebody at all cost, which also could kind of lead to that codependency, or this person seeing it as a weakness, which isn't a weakness. Emotions aren't a weakness. They just don't realize how special those are. But it seems like you're not giving in to somebody who can see this at this point. But this is going to be a past relationship, because we want that queen upright. Like I said, right now is to realize that. And you could also be dealing with someone who's very shallow and selfish. So I gave you two sides there, because remember, this is a general reading. The energy goes both ways, whether this is you or them. But I'm going to put this Queen of Pentacles here in the past, because that was, I even got Judgment underneath. Alright, let's go near future here. Please. The cycle. 8, the Lion's Gate. In near future, please. Justice. And then the Emperor. Okay, now. It's getting hot in here. Whoo-wee. It is Michigan. It is very hot today, and I got my window shut because it's just so noisy outside. But here we got Justice for you. Could be dealing with a Libra. Venus rules Libra and Justice. Venus is also love, right? This is about being truthful and finding that balance. Finding mutual ways to compromise, but staying true to yourself here. What's great about this is disputes are going to come to an inevitable end at this time. Now is the time to restore balance, or take back maybe so much that you give, right? Because the Emperor here says, yeah, one of the strongest rulers in the land here, the Emperor. It's divine timing too. It's about being confident, doing what is best for everyone and not just yourself too. So there's that balance again. You're being asked to assert yourself too, because you got to realize that with that power comes, you have to take action, right? And so take the appropriate action here. And it seems like with Justice on your side, everything's going to be well within the balance and within the realms of this. Is really awesome. It's just about creating a process too. Something could be mentoring you, or something could be sending you in a new direction here, I feel like, with this. Whew, yeah, Justice. King of Swords. I was just jumper, but I hadn't asked the questions. Be interested if that king comes out again. Let's go with, what's the power for my Cancers, please, this week? For love, Cancer power. I like this. So I like this. This is, I feel like this is a union of, this is right here by death, right? This graduation, this cycle is going to help combine like 3 things here for you. All right, your spirit, your soul, and your body. It's kind of like one of those things becoming harmonious. These are also new doors opening. So this is reminding you to spend time with the people who inspire and motivate you. And this will put you in position to meet and see new people. And if you're in a current relationship, they're going through growth, and they're flourishing right now. So this is really good. You can go out and do some projects with your partner. Find a team to join. I'm feeling all kinds of stuff here. Enjoy a hobby. Like if you've got a lot of energy, and we got Page of Wands here, it's like getting out and trying something new, right? These are exciting opportunities out there awaiting you. Again, we were talking about some good news coming, right? This could come through text, email, social media directly your way, like coming out of the blue. Here's this Page of Wands. This is getting out and embracing the energy around you like a kid again, and not remembering as an adult how long it took us to get here, but remember how much it was fun as a kid when we didn't know what we were doing, but we were still having fun enjoying the movie. This is getting back to that. So, alright, Cancer, let's get into, right now I just want a message for Cancer, for the universe here, and what jumps right into. There's your 3rd ace. So you got 3 queens and 3 aces. Now I'm going to have to be looking. I'm going to have, that's good. And there's still couple more cards to pull here. And we got the Empress in the reverse here. Okay, Ace of Swords. Like I said, when I look at it, it's looking at me. It's in the reverse, that's why it's not pointing up, it's pointing down. This could be cold feet energy, something keeping you from moving forward or not allowing you. So I see there's 3 pentacles here, and we got the Empress, which is also the 3rd card of this. So something, this is divine timing holding this minute back, like, because things aren't quite done here, but they seem to be wanting to end here. I hear all this self-doubt with this Empress, but it's really just overcomplicating things. It's like this is overthought energy, this Empress in reverse. You could have been, this may be some realizations that you were ignoring some red flags in the past, and you or your lover may have been hiding their true selves, like hiding behind something or some facade. Something just wasn't within balance here, and this sword is for somebody. That's all I can say. That sword is for somebody. These are arguments, hostility, people not communicating, well, not telling the whole truth, right? That's what your astrology was telling you, somebody not telling you the truth. Somebody acting as an imposter, not being their true selves here. This Empress is showing you that. And it seems like you might have known it before, because the Empress knows her intuition and how she feels, but it seemed like maybe you let them in anyways. They'll be okay. They'll just let them in. They ain't gonna ruin the place. I don't know. The wolf in sheep's clothing, something like that, I hear. Alright, Cancer. Hopes and fears. What do we got for hopes and fears, Cancer, please? Okay. Okay, Page of Wands here again in the reverse. Another confirmation card now making itself known here. Somebody could be really impulsive or acting impulsive. Yeah, the Page of Wands, someone's actions could need to speak louder than just their words. Like you've heard these words before, but it's not happening. Like I said, there's that unreliable factor. Somebody became unreliable, and it really hurts the feelings here. This is 9 swords, and the hopes and the fears here, right? We know we don't trust them, you know, but we regret some of the past decisions. But this is healing too. This is like big energy healing here, just to say. I know it's in the hopes and the fears here, but the hope is we get to the rebirth and the restructuring. The fear is that we go back into this, but you make the choice here where you go. Okay? The Devil card, one of my favorites. You see 2 lovers chained to the altar, but there's no locks. They can leave at any time. The only thing keeping them there is themselves. Right? Which is usually most of the case. So, hear the message. Which way do you want to go? Justice is here, all the queens showing up. Let's get, yeah, we got a jumper. I love it. 9 of Cups. 2 swords. So, I love it too, because this is that ideal person coming in. And again, this energy is taken slow. Like, this guy is not coming riding in fast and hard. He's coming in with a cup, but he's not going to spill it. So allow he or she to do them thing. This is being noticed too. Something you're doing or they're doing, you're noticing each other, whether it's intentional or not. So right now you're sending out this energy of attracting here. But it's also, I like to also just remind you, just don't make unrealistic expectations. Take things slow. Just little steps along the way. Like I said, when you start seeing those flags, this is where 2 swords. I see 2 swords as not, you know, once you think about it, you just take the 2 swords together, and it takes the head off the snake, so to speak. So, because it is time to take out the blinders here. I mean, you've experienced a cycle at some point. You might have a choice to make too, between a lover, a choice, a career. There's a choice to be made here with the 2 of Swords. There's very complex issues nonetheless, but this is the cycle that needs to, the pattern that needs to be completed, so that we can really unleash that true potential that's out there for you, and this love that's coming in. Like, be ready for it, Cancer. This is exciting, and you'll see it, because it seems like it's just going to come in and just sit right down and grab your legs. So let me know how that goes for your Cancer. Keep up the healing and the dealing, and we'll talk to you next week. Bye now.